Oh, my body hurts. Ugh, front row, man.
Yeah, front row.
What would convince you that we were in the last row? We don't get that lucky.
We went to the Alamo to see this, and the seat map for the Alamo, apparently it's from the top down.
Oh, is yours
like
different?
the top of the screen is the back of the theater. In our theater at Cinemark, the top of the screen is the front of the theater. We just got out of an early screening of Julia Ducournau's Raw. This film is a horror film. It's taken over the festivals by storm, and it's about this college freshman who comes into a veterinary college, raised vegetarian her whole life, and as part of like hazing rituals, she's forced to deal with animal blood and eat raw meat, and as of it, basically snaps and starts craving meat to the point where she becomes a cannibal. The Alamo Drafthouse, in order to stop you from, talking and, trying to ruin your movie-going experience, they give you little order cards for food. These are my note cards, and front to back, took about 4 note cards throughout the whole movie. But to be curious, I really want to know what my lovely girlfriend thinks of this. Oh shit, fiance.
That's better.
Fuck.
Oh, I loved it.
You loved it?
I'm pretty sure I almost threw up a couple of times, but that made me love it even more.
Really?
Yeah. It was nauseating.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was kind of lame.
A little bit, but I think also it being in a different language made it a little more intriguing to me. It kind of gave it a pass.
I've seen some
Maybe if
great
I spoke French, it wouldn't be as...
I don't know, I've seen some great foreign movies, like, as far as stuff that's more fucked up than this, like, Gaspar Noé. I mean, we haven't gotten through Enter the Void, and...
we watched, like, what, 20 minutes of that?
Yeah, and Takashi Miike, as a horror director, he's a Japanese guy. He's done way more fucked up shit than this.
Excuse me. There were some scenes, though. Did you cringe at all?
No. The only times I cringed were when the soundtrack just decided to blare at 1,000 decibels and we were in the front row.
Yeah, that was a bit much. But that's not the movie, it's just our location.
Ducournau is, I think this is her first, like, big feature, and so I noticed kind of a lot of mistakes that a lot of those people make, and one of them is just overusing the soundtrack. Because I think this movie could work really well if it were a little quieter.
We were also in the front row, don't forget that.
I feel the same way about this that I did when Blue is the Warmest Color came out. It won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Festival. It's the lesbian romance from 2013. And I think that movie is like, if you took the lesbian out of it, you really would just kind of have a standard romance.
So what are you comparing to? What will you take out of this to make it what?
No, if you take the fact that she's a cannibal out of this...
Well, yeah, that's the entire plot of the movie.
I know, but...
If you take that out, then there's no movie that makes complete sense.
Well, you can make her a serial killer. It doesn't really matter.
Now you're just nitpicking. That's like saying if you take away the pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean, there's not much of a movie. Like, no shit.
There's nothing special about this, except that she's a cannibal. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I don't care. There are a million cannibal movies out there. Okay. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like... I think the reason people are so interested in this is because they rarely see cannibal movies, and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up.
That sounds kind of contradictory, though. You're saying there's a lot of cannibal movies out there, but people haven't seen a lot of cannibal movies, and
because people don't seek out cannibal movies.
Well, then,
I mean, there are a lot of cannibal movies out there, but most people don't watch cannibal horror movies. I've seen a lot worse. There wasn't really anything here that caught my interest past the obvious, and after a while, you just kind of stop giving a shit. Might as well put these cards to use in the spoiler alert. So, we're gonna talk about this in a little bit more detail. If you don't want to know anything more about it, just scroll to the time code. You can get our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars.
Are you gonna read off your note cards?
A little bit.
Awesome.
The first thing I wrote were, we're totally gonna see nipples. Because every time Brittany and I have been in the front row to any movie, we always see nipples.
These nipples were a lot more satisfying, though.
Oh, they were. They were a lot perkier. And, they're not really big, but, they're nice.
Less is more.
The main girl is named Justine. I forgot to look up her name, the actress, before this, so I'll put that in there. She's got a strict as hell mom and this sort of nervous, chain-smoking dad. Got a older sister named Alex. She's sort of the wild child of the family, whatnot. It's a super strict vegetarian family to the point where they're at a buffet and she gets mashed potatoes and she finds a meatball.
But why?
The mom fucking like loses her shit. I don't know.
How is there a meatball thrown in the mashed potatoes?
I think it was implied that the lady like maybe sneaked in a meatball in there because she said, "Oh, I'm a vegetarian." The mom flips her shit, and the daughter's embarrassed because, you know, this vegetarian thing really is kind of like taking up her whole life. She's just following what her parents say. And then she goes to college, and there's all the debauchery of college.
You were hardcore, though.
I was about to say, there are some parts in this movie where I'm wondering, how the fuck do these people get the supplies to pull off these crazy stunts?
And the professors were totally cool with all of this hazing. Like, it was part of a yearly ritual.
Veterinarians, like, they don't fuck around. They have a lot of fun. Guess they got to deal with a lot of shit. I mean, but no, I wrote down...
Every day. I'd want to have fun, too.
Fair enough. Oh, maybe foreign college is really cheap. Because, like, these people get, like... You go into every room, there's, like, a new party. There's a party with dudes wearing, like, Pussy Riot masks.
They had nice dorms. Like, they had separate rooms in their dorms.
And you go into another room, and there's people just having, like, a paint 7 minutes in heaven party, like deck to toe in paint, and I'm sitting there like, wow, you guys don't have to eat top ramen, do you?
All I could think about during that scene when they were kissing in that 7 minutes of heaven thing was the taste of lead in their mouth.
Yeah, ew, that's really not gross,
attractive at all.
Like, what happens if you accidentally swallow paint? She's walking out. By the way, it's the middle of the night. She's just like, what the fuck is that? And then bam, she gets hit with like a bucket of blue paint and told to kiss this guy in yellow
until they make green.
It's a slow burn of a movie, so she starts out, you know, kind of repulsed by all this, and you see her slow transformation towards eating meat. But it starts out slow, but there are some times when it just like jumps suddenly. Did you ever notice that?
Like where?
There's a scene where she's like really repulsed by like rabbit kidneys, and she's getting like a rash from all the shit. Like, she's so petrified by this, she's getting a rash, like, all over her body. When you see it on her butt, I thought, damn, she needs to wipe. And then, like, 5 minutes later, her roommate, this gay dude, which I thought he was actually a really good character. I like that actor a lot. But he finds her just, like, in front of the fridge eating raw slabs of meat, and I thought that was so odd.
A raw tongue or something?
It was like a raw piece of chicken, I think.
Oh.
And considering my Sonic chicken sandwich was undercooked today, I bet you it tasted exactly the same. This really came out of nowhere. And every time they see her eating a bunch of, or doing crazy shit, the music's like... It's so...
It was only like that a couple of times.
Oh no, it's like that for the whole movie.
I guess it wasn't that bad because I didn't really notice.
It's really obnoxious.
We were in the front row.
Still, it's really obnoxious.
I didn't notice it that bad. And I thought what you're talking about with her suddenly jumping from eating meat to not wanting to, I think that's also like her internal struggle. She is vegetarian her entire life, and then all of a sudden she's craving meat.
It's a movie
she obviously doesn't want to eat it.
Well, it's
and I feel like the rash kind of comes up when she doesn't eat it, right?
But that doesn't make sense. Because if she's been raised vegetarian, but if she's been raised vegetarian her whole life, why would her body immediately have that volatile reaction?
Kidney. That's why her mother raised her vegetarian.
I feel like there'd be a lot of side effects before that. This is a movie where...
I don't think we're supposed to go into the medical science of a zombie movie, basically.
It's not a zombie movie, though.
Or cannibal. Might as well be.
We're not supposed to go into the medical science of it, but this movie, I think, uses cannibalism to talk about, you know, repression and sexuality and that sort of, like, coming into your own. And because of that, it kind of loses a lot of sense. Like, the cannibal parts of it don't make sense to me. So as a whole, the movie didn't affect me.
Okay. I really disagree with you. I have no idea where you're coming from with your thoughts. I think it was just a fun cannibal movie.
If it were just a fun cannibal movie, then wouldn't there be more of a body count? Wouldn't there?
That would be overwhelming.
Would it, though? Eli Roth did that.
What movie?
Green Inferno.
I didn't see that one.
I'm just saying, all the cannibal movies of the past have done, like, super crazy, like, body counts, and they've cooked people in different ways.
This one focused more on, like, the cannibal, not the cannibalism.
You like horror movies. This made you want to throw up,
Yeah.
really?
Maybe that's why I appreciate it a little more than you do, because it actually did nauseate me. And I can take a lot.
What nauseated
The finger.
you? Really?
I don't know what it was.
Really?
Yes. Oh god. It
Oh
was
my,
like,
this is the silliest fucking thing.
whenever they show gore like that, like limbs taken out and chunks of meat pulled off of people,
I do like the gore in
they
this.
don't really show the bones and the internal pieces of
Gore effects are
flesh.
really well done here.
But here you could see, like, if he were to like bend his leg, I'm pretty sure you could see all the tendons and stuff moving.
Yeah.
And it was eaten.
Yeah.
It was so gross, but so awesome.
Her sister is giving her a Brazilian wax for the first time.
Oh god, that hurt.
All right.
Watching that scene.
She's like trying to pull the wax, but her sister's got too much hair because she doesn't shave down there. And she's like, oh, I'll get scissors. The main girl moves too
This
soon,
like
and her
finger?
sister like cuts her own middle finger
Of
off.
all fingers.
And everybody's like, oh my god! And I'm like, ah!
That was
People actually grossed out by that
was
shit.
gross. It was her eating the finger that grossed me out.
Eating it like a spare
I'm not
rib.
saying I didn't enjoy it. It was still hilarious, but it was also nauseating.
Oh man, if you're gonna get nauseated by something, you have to be horrified by it, in my opinion. I didn't understand why people were getting mad at the dog, like, licking the blood. Because, you know, if you've got a wound...
I think they thought he was gonna, like,
Oh, eat her or something?
eat her or something, or, like, chew on the finger.
Yeah.
And the part where, what was it, her dad or somebody who pointed out that once an animal tastes the flesh of a human, they must be put down.
Yeah.
Have they ever owned a cat?
About halfway through the movie, you realize that the gay roommate's gonna get it. Because, you know,
In some form.
come the fuck on. He's gonna get it. The movie ends with the two sisters apparently drunkenly have eaten this guy's leg the night before. And this is one of the last things I wrote, which was, do not fuck with a med student, because they know where to get you.
Right?
The older sister takes his ski pole and paralyzes him first, so they can start gnawing on his leg and he won't be able to react. And so the little sister wakes up with him next in the bed, and we're not put off at first because they have fucked before. I really need to say bye. He's bisexual.
Well, I did notice, I had a feeling he was dead, because I did notice they put little solo hints in there. Like, there was a drop of blood on the pillow, and then right above where his leg was, it was like the most subtle red staining underneath the sheets. You could barely see it unless you were looking for it.
Older sister kills and eats the gay roommate.
Adrian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes to jail for it. The mom, dad, and Justine have this awkward conversation. And then the dad, it's the big twist of the movie, the mom being a hardcore vegetarian, it's because she doesn't want to love the taste of human flesh again, but sometimes when she needs to break, she'll bite her husband and leave really good scars.
Would you let me?
Fuck no!
flesh?
I'll kill your ass before I let you bite me that fucking way. Fucking white people, man! I'm scared to kiss you now. You're gonna
I'm
bite
not gonna
me.
bite you.
I-
Kiss me.
No, I'm scared now.
Do you trust me?
No, I'm scared
Do you
now.
trust me? Kiss me. Now I'm gonna bite you just to piss you off. See, that wasn't so bad. They worded it really weird too at first, because he was talking about his daughter, and then he immediately switched to saying she without switching to talking about their mother. So I thought he was like,
Wincest!
I thought it was like something going on between the father and the daughter.
Alright! Have they never gone swimming as a family?
Have you met the mother? Well, she says go. She was probably like, no, we can't go swimming, and so they didn't go swimming.
God, what a
Right.
cuck.
She lets her eat him.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, I feel like this
Seriously.
movie would be really fun, John. And I know I said it about a lot of movies.
You know what? I think you're right. I
Okay.
think because I feel like
It's not
either
true, John, because you might throw up.
either with a crazy crowd or if you're really drunk, that's when this movie's enjoyable.
Let's watch it
'cause
drunk again.
I don't want to watch this again. If y'all scroll to the time code, welcome back to our non-spoiler section about Raw, where we give our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. So I'm gonna start with the person that obviously liked it more than me. So.
I give it a 4. That sounds fair. It wasn't like a phenomenal movie.
You said you really liked it, that
I
you
did.
loved it.
I did, but
So you
it wasn't a serious movie. It wasn't like, it didn't make me feel anything. It didn't leave an impact on me at all. It's just a fun, fresh movie. feel like that's a good foreign film to jump into that genre with. I think the only other one I've seen has been that Portuguese film about suicide. There's like a chat room and this guy goes...
That's not Portuguese, that's
Portuguese.
Polish, I think.
Polish, something like that.
It was one of the most emo things I'd ever seen in my entire life. It was super late. Suicide Room or something?
Something like that.
If you're an art house fan, I don't think there's much there for you. Because the symbolism is really obvious.
So then who is this movie for?
I think she's trying to make it for both, but it won't work as well.
Can appreciate an artist doing what they do, I guess, so that's why I'm not really too critical.
I mean, for the horror crowd, it's kind of lame. And it's kind of plotting. Cannibal College movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's really the only new thing about it. But as far as the character arc and the coming-of-age story, I didn't really see much in it. There's some scenes that come off really, really silly, and I think if this movie would have embraced more of the silly, it might have worked a little better for me in that regard. But I think it's like a mismatch of stuff. I know there's going to be a lot of people who this might be their first really weird horror movie.
Really?
I think so.
I didn't think it was weird.
Weird in the sense that there's a lot of art house sensibility to it. This would be more like
kind of
Under the Skin, or you know what, Neon Demon. Like Neon Demon
was weird.
Neon Demon is that perfect hit for me. Like, I love that film. That movie was a lot weirder than this.
And that was a message that they portrayed really well. I don't know what message they were trying to get across in this movie.
Exactly.
But it was fun.
I'm just saying, I think this is kind of like Discount Neon Demon.
Discount Neon Demon.
Yeah, it's Discount Neon Demon. I think so. And while Ducournau has some good directing techniques, like during the party when she's navigating that college party, that camera person, good on them. That must have been hell to go around. All the fucking people jumped on top of each other. It's nuts. And good on them for doing that. I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna be really nice here. I think it's gonna be fine for other people, but for me and for other horror fans, if you really, really love Neon Demon, you might feel a little let down by this. Average score, what, 3.5? Yeah, it's a low recommendation. I think if you can catch this movie, go ahead and watch it in the theater. Support indie cinema. If y'all like this video, please click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already to see when new videos are coming out. We've got social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Liam's got his blog, liammgahan.wordpress.com. Our friend Noah is the Cinema Geek on Instagram. Anyway, thank you all very, very much for watching. Have a good night. Take care, and please cook your food.